Right. Hello, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. Right. Ready to go. All live on YouTube. Nice one. So, hello, YouTube. Goodbye, YouTube. That was me. I had to mute myself there. So now we'll start the show. 5 minutes late. It's my own fault here, no worries. The mute is being hanging, so got it. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That's it now. 1, 2, 3. Hi, and welcome to the 1010 podcast, episode 29. Again, tonight, we've got another 10 wonderful artists from around the world, going to feature one track each. Coming up first from England and the UK, we've got Brass Monkey. Could you introduce yourself? Who are Brass Monkey, and what's the story behind your song Breadline?
Hi there. I'm Brass Monkey. It's my name, not the name of a band. I record with a band, an awesome bass player called Adam Cornell, an awesome drummer called John Timney, who also produced my last couple of singles. Breadline was the first single I released. I started performing that at open mic nights. When I started open mic nights about 10 years ago, I did it for the fun of it, and in all honesty, for a free pint. Advertised. There was a guy called Terry Goldman, also known as the Acoustic Rebel. He's got an album out, check it out. He was running an open mic night, and he and his wife encouraged me to try out original songs. Said that an open mic night was it was a great way to do that. I had written a few songs that no one will ever know about that were cheesy as hell before that, but tunes just popped into my head. But I had to go at writing something in earnest. I've always liked grunge, so I just started slapping some power chords together, and the lyrics just kind of came to me. I'd been through a bit of a low point in my life, but I was happy at the time, and I don't know. I thought it was just a way to put a happy, if aggressive, approach to the feeling someone goes through when they're going through a bad time. And it's meant to be cathartic, I suppose, to make someone feel better when life craps on them, and things will get better, and soldier on, get through it. If it takes a bit of anger to do that, then embrace that. Hear music, listen to music, go out and see it live if you can, and soldier on through it. So that's what the song's about.
It's a brilliant video. Everyone's going to love it. Without further ado, Brass Monkey with Breadline. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
till the wheels feel down.
That's Monkey, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. I'd just like to give a shout out to James Berry, who filmed that video for us. He does Off the Stage podcast, and to Neil Gibson, who produced that. That was my debut single. So thanks very much to both of them.
Dude, it was an absolutely brilliant track. Do you know what could make things better? See if you could sit a little bit closer. You're like very, very small in the camera, bro. Just for your own sake, man. I loved it to bits. Coming up next is Daniel. So we'll let Daniel do the last compliment here, and then it just works. It makes more sense for us here. So let's go Mary, then studio. Mary, what's your thoughts here?
Wow, Breast Monkey, that was really great. Well, I
so
start
much.
from the video and then I go to the best part, which is your voice. The video is really amazing. I love the concept. Very original. I like the way you, with the nonchalance, you walk with your instrument, and
Thanks.
it's like part of you. I like that. Really original, and the color, the effects, really brilliant. I love that, and the spontaneity of people there walking on the street and standing there. Fantastic. And then your voice, amazing. I'm speechless. I love that kind of.
Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. If I'd thought,
I'm sincere.
I can't believe you. Thank you so much. If I thought about how I walked, I would have probably forgotten how to walk. So I suppose that's just lucky. That looks good. I was thinking more about the locations and getting shown the best of Sunderland and the worst of Sunderland. So you've got the the graffiti in the underpass there, and some of the the worst, some of the neglected parts, as well as some of the best buildings and the architecture, and a lot of the people of Sunderland spontaneously asking them if they wanted to be in the video, and somewhere the slut drop wasn't planned of the gentleman in the back lane drinking cans there, but yeah, it was just magical, spontaneous. So yeah, just show some of the people of Sunderland trying to capture the day and something real, and I hope I did that.
Yeah, fantastic.
Well said.
Yeah, and
Well
your
said.
voice, amazing. I mean, I have lots of references in my mind, and really cool,
Yeah.
beautiful.
When I started out, I really couldn't sing, so I growled a lot to cover that, and as I learned to sing, I sort of blended the two together.
I'm glad I found you on Facebook. Studio, and then Charlie J. Studio.
Well, actually, your voice is really interesting. I'd probably call it gravelly, like a little bit of like a gravelly sort of sound. And yeah, love the video clip, especially the guys having a little bit of a dance there. It was spontaneous.
I think
It was the first time they'd heard it, so I was lucky about that. They were getting right into it. But yeah, sounding American by a lot of people when I sing.
Do you know the
Yeah,
Geordie I was going to say the Geordie accent's almost as hard to understand as the Scottish. Being from Sunderland and Newcastle, it's not English, is it? It's you've got your own language, the same as me. But well said. Well said.
It's a blend of the two. It's a blend of the two. If Scotland ever gets independence, you'll have to take us with you. But yeah, it's Mackem from Sunderland. Newcastle's Geordie, we're Mackem's.
You ain't no Geordie, you're a Mackem. That's what you say. You say, I'm not a Geordie, I'm a Mackem if you're from Sunderland, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jeremy, were you want to
Mackem
say
and
something?
Sorry?
Jeremy?
Yeah, I'll say that the thing that stood out for me was.
Oh, you've been muted there. You've muted yourself there when you were talking, Jeremy.
We go. Yeah, how well you coordinated the video and the song. It's a really good groove, and it matches really well. It's got a really good feel.
Yeah, I didn't realise this until long afterwards, but it's actually it's the same chords as Nevermind in a different order. But heavy on the power chords. Neil Gibson did not only the production but all of the instruments behind that: the drums, the bass, the lead guitar. So yeah, it all just blends well together. It's I tried to write grunge and it came out as bluesy rock. So I describe it as grunge inspired bluesy rock.
Well, when you were talking about, you're into grunge, I was expecting a real grunge song. So it was actually a bit of a surprise, It was not what I expected from what you were actually describing your songwriting and your style.
I must just have blues in my soul. I don't know what to say.
Be sure to check him out.
That's it.
Check him out. Charlie J, and then the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. Charlie J, what's your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, I liked it. It was a nice little groove, right little toe tapper there. I was like a little like so I was listening to it. So yeah, I rate that, and it's I'm pretty sure that most of us who've if you've been to the UK, like a lot of those places, although I've not been to Sunderland, it does look quite reminiscent of some of the towns and the cities that I've been, and even the people and the places that I've been to. So it feels like there's a bit of a connection there in the video as well. And something that I feel that we can sort of relate to as a viewer. So yeah, good job.
Yeah, it's a former shipbuilding town, so think Liverpool, but a bit smaller scale and a different accent.
Yeah.
Well said, well said. Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang, then Steve Andrews.
Yeah, hi. We also enjoyed it very much, especially the dancing guys. We are really big fans of those dance moves. We might have to steal some of those, but we also really enjoyed your voice. It's very interesting. Great.
Thank you. They weren't hired, they weren't planned. They were just everyone you see in the video were just people approached while filming. But thankfully I didn't get that many bad responses. There was one group outside a pub that one of the guys said, "Oh, I would, but I'm on the sick. I don't want my boss to see me." They wouldn't have known the day it was filmed, but still, you didn't want to be it for that reason.
Well said, guys. Steve, then Stephen.
Well, a few people have commented on your voice, and your voice is memorable. You've got a very distinctive voice there, which is great. And what I wanted to say is that you've got a really catchy song there. And not only that, but basically, I was kind of rocking along here. It's got a great beat to it. And I, as you can see, I got a cat sat on my lap, so I didn't want to disturb him so much, but I'm still grooving along to it. Great song.
Yeah, it's really difficult when you've got a pet cat on your lap and you need to do anything. You're following their schedule. The cat is always the boss.
That's right. You're right. Yeah, I'm a cat slave.
A dog you can throw a ball for or distract it, or I'll be happy to move anywhere. But yeah, a cat is going to be so offended if you try and move before it's ready.
You're right there.
Absolutely. I've got three cats in this house. You don't mess with the cats, eh? I've got three of them here. Stephen, then Tim.
Yeah, it was good. Good bluesy sort of number. The video it just looks like you're like almost walk around with the town with your mates or something. Like that.
Yeah, it's been described as a lot of people as a driving song, but yeah, I suppose you want a drinking song because you want a lot of playing bars if you can get it.
Yeah, it's got a good feel to it. Yeah,
fantastic. Right, so we'll need to be honest here. Some of the shows can take 3 or 4 hours, or they can take 90 minutes. So it just depends how much you want to talk to each other. I'm fine. I can sit here all day, right? But the way we're going, it will be a 3.5 hour, 4 hour show, which I'm all right with. I will make sure you all get hand delivered an article tomorrow, and at the bottom of it, all your Instagrams or whatever social media I speak to you on will be all linked there, so you can all make sure you don't miss anyone. But if we can, we'll just make the compliments quick. I don't even like saying that, but just if we can. So Tim and then Mina. Tim Conzi and Mina.
I thought that song was jamming. I mean, I was sitting here just grooving away to it. Love the sound. I love the guitars. I love the beat. Love your voice. It was just all a real good time altogether. Good job.
Thanks so much. I honestly don't know how to accept this many compliments in a row. It's a surreal situation, but I'm trying to just let my head flip. But I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
Dude, it's an amazing track. Tim sits and vets them with me all during the week. And then our other co-hosts like Mary and Melissa and Steve and other people who couldn't make it tonight, they'll sit and check out all of the songs before. So yeah, man, we've got co-hosts on every continent. So we can proudly say that. So yeah, your music's great. Mina, then our next guest, Daniel. And now I'm taking all the time up, so I'm sorry. Mina and then Daniel. Your thoughts, Mina?
Yes, I really enjoyed the song. I really like the bluesy vibe, as everyone already said. I appreciate the electric guitar part as well. And just in combination with your voice, it really suits your style. The really growly voice, I really like it. And yeah, with the video, it's very authentic. And I wasn't actually sure where it was shot, so I wanted to ask you, but you said it already. So because I spent a lot of time in the south of England, so I wasn't sure where it actually was, and I feel like it's very authentic. So yeah, really enjoyed it.
Thank you. With the Neil Gibson, who produced it, did the lead guitar. I was just trying to ask. He's an awesome guitarist, and I was just trying to ask him to keep it as simple as possible, to leave a lot of the gaps in the song are deliberate. So I didn't want to overclutter it and take away that feel, because you're waiting for the next note or the next drop. It seems to give it that forward progression, if that makes sense. But yeah, he melded that perfectly. And sorry, where are you from?
Well, I live between London and Switzerland, so I've traveled around the UK quite a bit, and I felt like I really could recognize a
lot of the coastal cities in the UK are very similar.
Yes.
But Brighton's quite distinctive. I suppose we're a bit more like Grimsby. It's Sunderland's got a lot of character. It's been neglected. Like a lot of the industry closed down. It's close to a lot of former coal mines. It used to be a shipbuilding town, so it was deindustrialized, and there's a little bit of a chip on the shoulder from that. But the people have a lot of resilience and a lot of character, and they're extremely friendly.
Absolutely. I've got some friends in Sunderland. I can back you up on that. Sunderland people finest. Well said, Mina. So Daniel, what's your thoughts on Brass Monkey before we get to your section, dude? Daniel?
Yeah, I really liked it. It's normally not my genre. I'm more into musical theater and soundtracks, but I love blues, and I really liked it. Was really relaxed and warmth, and the video was really, synchronized with the song. I love your voice as well, so it was really relaxing. I felt really calm,
Well said, Daniel. Thanks, dude. Brass Monkey, make this show your home. You come back on, and get all your songs music reviewed, and then an article written and hand delivered to you for tomorrow. But make this place your home. Let's speak later. Brass Monkey, everybody, until the next time. Thank you.
Thanks so much.
Pleasure. Coming up next from Melbourne, Australia, we have... No, we don't. I'm sorry, it's Daniel. It's Daniel and then studio. I'm bad. Coming up next, we've got Daniel Lindquist from London. Daniel, could you introduce yourself? Who is Daniel Lindquist, and what's the story behind your song Testimony?
Yeah, it's well, I'm a mainly singer and actor. Trained. I'm from Sweden, so I was trained in Sweden as a musical performer, and also here at Royal Academy of Music in London. So I've done a lot of stage productions. Also, I've done some films as well. But I was born in India, adopted, living in an orphanage, and then I was adopted to Sweden. Grew up in Sweden. So music has always been there for me. It's kind of, I think, it's saved me a lot through my tough journeys. But then, I watched Phantom the Opera in Swedish version in Sweden, and I was totally hooked by this show and the music, and I wanted to become a singer. Before I was become a singer, I was competing in ballroom and Latin American dances. So I was Swedish champion in the Latin American dancers. But then, I was hooked by the music, and then 2001, I was Googling on the internet, and I saw that Andrew Lloyd Webber was searching for people with Indian features for his Western show, Bombay Dreams, at Apollo Victoria Theatre in London. And I sent my resume to the casting director, and the week after, I got my first audition in London. And coming from Sweden to do an audition in London was quite a big thing. And after several recalls, I got a part in this huge production. That was 2002. We had a world premiere of this show, and A. Rahman wrote the music for it. He wrote music. He got an Oscars for Slumdog Millionaire for the music there, and so it was a huge production. But for me, it was like also a major culture clash, because when I adopted Sweden, I lost India. There, I became more Swedish than Indian. So when I started to rehearse it in Bombay Dreams, I learned my culture, to start to learn the Indian culture, etc. And from there, done a lot of production in West End. And then, I recorded this song Testimony. It's from from a Broadway show called Amazing Grace. It was on Broadway 2014, and it's a cover, yeah. And I love to do more, record more original songs, and would like to collaborate with other, songwriters, musicians to do that. But this song is kind of reflecting myself as well, to look forward, don't look back in the past, and
Absolutely.
so music is kind of I think everyone have a tough times, with personal lives and this kind of stuff. And for me, the music is there, the passion is there for me. Still, I'm getting older as well, but I feel if I'm not doing music, I feel I'm kind of losing my identity. So this is my way to show it in the song.
You're absolutely, your vocals couldn't be any better. Wait till you hear this guy sing. Is absolutely wonderful. And I've been trying to get you on my show for a long time, and it's very nice to have you here. Daniel Lindquist with his song Testimony, the cover song Testimony. Honestly, enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Of truth, I can see what I am, like a mist on the bay that is here and is gone, but the dreams fade away with the coming of dawn. So will I can feel something more, starting deep in my soul, burning for things I've neglected so long, yearning to sing the rest of the unfinished song of my life. And the man that I was, I cast upon the fury of the sea. Let the wind and the waves wash away the fool I used to be. And I won't be ashamed to stand and proclaim I am free. I am free. And I know in my soul it was not an need to change, but God is mercy and called me by name and lifted me out of the pit of my shame and old age. I should live. And the man that I was, I cast upon the fury of the sea. Let the wind and the waves wash away the fool I used to be. And I won't be ashamed to stand and proclaim I am free. I am free. And I never can repay what the Lord forgave this day. He came for me, came to set me
Absolutely awesome, Daniel. Honestly, every time I hear you, man, just you're in a league of your own, dude. So our next guest are Studio. So I'm going to let Studio compliment last here. Let's go from the top this time. Tim, then Stephen, boys. Tim?
Daniel, your voice is just tremendous. I don't know any other word for it, but just tremendous. I mean, that was spot on point, just technically and emotionally just about as near perfect as you can get. Great job.
Absolutely. I'd just like to say anyone who gets to collaborate with you will be a very lucky person, Daniel, and he's opened up to you all, so reach out to him. There's only one Daniel Lindquist. You can spell his name there. So Stephen Boys and Stephen Andrews. Boys.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, it's very dramatic. You can tell you've got a very trained voice, so you can tell that, but it was also like dramatic as well. Good like projection that I suppose you got to have for doing like theatre and that. Yeah, it's good. Great singing.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see what he brings on next. Steve Andrews, then the lovely Melissa in Mexico. Steve in Portugal.
Daniel, I just echo everything that Tim said. Your voice is absolutely amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful, isn't it? It's one of the only male voices that I say to Kirsty, what a beautiful voice he has. Do you know what I mean? That's usually not something you say about men's voices. But Daniel, you've got a beautiful voice, man. And sorry for anyone that was just going to say that. I've stole your word. Melissa, then the Freaky Friday mob.
He said it already. Thank you. Congratulations. I did listen to your song before the show, and I already commented that. Where is he? There you are. Someone left, right? Is this in a movie? Because it sounds really, really cinematic, and everything is perfect. It actually makes you feel like you're inside of a movie. Really, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well said. Well, check out the rest of his stuff, Melissa. He's wonderful. It does keep moving around. Freaky Friday mob, Jailhouse Gang. Sorry.
Hi, everything is fine. For me, the music was really epic, and I also was thinking about movies and about your voice. I just can say that's pure perfection.
Yeah, well said. Perfection, great word. Lamar, you want to say something this time, brother? You had your hand up.
Hi. Just amazing voice. Wanted to just say like that was wow. I love the composition of how the orchestra blended with it, the strings and so on. It worked so perfectly with your voice, and it added that extra wow factor to how you could listen to a lot of like how the music built up and how well it complements your voice as well, and well, pretty much your voice complements everything else. And it worked perfectly. Well done, beautiful voice. Yeah.
Well said. Well said. Mina, then Mary.
Yeah, well, I love big voices, and Daniel, your voice is insane. Really the music as well. I didn't know the song, but and the Broadway musical, but I love musicals in general, and you have just a typical perfect voice. The technique is insane and really well done.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Mary, Brass Monkey, then Charlie.
That was wonderful, Daniel. I like how you project your voice with such a strength, and how you can go high and stay there. That's powerful. The music also, the whole orchestration, it was really amazing how they rises, and was epic. Epic was the right word, and well, majestic. Can we say that? Yeah, was a really great job.
Honestly, he's got so many great tracks up his sleeve. You know, that's just one of them, Mary. So Brass Monkey, Charlie, and then our next guest, Studio. Brass Monkey.
Yeah, you got incredibly powerful voice, mate. You're absolutely pitch perfect as well. Made me feel like I was waving a cutlass and swinging on a rope from ship to ship there.
Well said, bro. Well said. Daniel, that was a huge compliment for somebody for Sunderland. If you can understand them, it's a very fast accent you have. I've been told to slow down 100 times being Scottish. This is as slow as I can go, but you need to slow down as well, brother. You're so fast, man. You're so fast. I can understand you, but I bet you some people can't. Charlie, and then the Studio guys.
I think pretty much everything's been covered. Great voice, but that's exactly how I think I sound when I sing in the car. So yeah, great singing.
Okay.
Not my type, not the stuff I usually listen to, but yeah, great voice.
Wait till you hear his Phantom of the Opera track then. Oh my goodness. Literally. So on to Studio. What's your thoughts, Studio, over in Melbourne before we get to your section?
Oh, Daniel, I thought that was awesome. Being a singer, I can really appreciate, your control and your tone and, the training, it's really, really obvious. And I mean, to hear Phantom of the Opera, I mean, that'd be awesome. Like, just imagine that, how majestic that would sound,
But yeah, we could really tell the musical theatre background. It was really, really good. It's terrific.
Yeah, fantastic.
He's a man of many talents, and it's your first appearance on this show. Daniel, let's get you back on here ASAP to feature another one of your tracks. Daniel Lindquist, everyone. Till the next time.
Thank you.
So coming up next, we've got from Melbourne, Australia, the duo called Studio. And could you tell us who is Studio as an artist, and what's the story behind your song Silence?
Okay.
Well, I'm Jeremy, and this is Christine.
I'm Chris. Hi.
And we're Studio. We've been playing music together for many years.
Many years.
I started off out of high school playing in rock and roll bands and open shows for all sorts of people,
like AC/DC,
Little Red Band, and all these guys. And then I met Christine, and I sent her off for singing lessons, and we started a band, and we've been playing together ever since. But we were initially doing covers, but going back about 6 or 7 years ago, we started writing songs, and since then it's gone a little bit crazy.
Gone a bit crazy, and we've now got 6 albums, 3 EP, and a
couple of singles, 20 compilation albums,
and we've gone crazy.
So we've gone crazy.
Yeah.
But
Silence. Our song Silence. So the theme of Silence really is it's global warming. It's the message of Mother Earth. She's not heard, and she's met with silence. And it's actually quite a powerful song, and it's surprising that silence can be so powerful. And I think that's what we were trying to portray through the message of this song.
It's absolutely wonderful, and I'll let Steve Andrews comment first, because he's trying to save the world up there with all sorts of operations. A serious activist for planet Earth. Steve Andrews, you can comment first. Studio with the song Silence. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy. Love.
Trying to get through to you, get my message through to you. Feels like we got lost along the way. Every time I bring it up, you just turn away, turn away. Only silence, just deafening silence. Not a sound or a word to be heard. Only silence, through the silence I can hear your voice loud and clear. Suddenly a thought just crossed my mind. You've just gotta work it out, got to let you work it out. The answer's only something you can find. You just shut me out, time after time after time. Only silence, just deafening silence. Not a sound or a word to be heard. Only silence, through the silence I can hear your thoughts loud and clear. like we got lost along the way. Every time I bring it up, you just turn away, turn away. All I get is silence, just every silence. Not a sound or a word to be heard. Only silence, through the silence, I can hear your thoughts loud and clear. Only silence, just every silence. Not a sound or a word to be heard. Only silence, through the silence, I can hear your thoughts loud and clear. Only silence.
Absolute wonderful song. Absolutely amazing. And Mina, you're up next, so we'll let you go last this time, dear. You're the next artist, so I'll let you compliment last. So we'll start with Steve. Steve, you have to go first. What's your thoughts there, brother?
Well, the first thing I wanted to say is I have an Australian connection, which may surprise you because I'm in Portugal. But I'm actually a member of the Rotary Club of Wyndham Harbour. I expect you guys know Wyndham Harbour. And the reason that I'm in the Wyndham Harbour Rotary Club is because a couple of years ago they found me on Instagram, and they saw that I have a song out called "Where Does All the Plastic Go?" and they said, would I like to be featured in the Wave magazine? Of course, I said yes. Then I got invited to some online meetings, and that's how I became a member of the Rotary Club of Wyndham Harbour. And the thing is with me, is that like many people, including like Greta Thunberg, you know, I believe that people should be taking action now. We should all be doing what we can. And I'm like a living example, and I can see you guys are as well, that I thought like a few years ago, I thought, well, like what action can I take apart from like practical things, for example, like, you know, trying to cut down on plastic or whatever. There are other things that I could do and reach more people. So I thought, look, I'm a singer-songwriter, so I can write songs about the environment. And I've even extended my range into rap. I've got a song called Mother Nature Rap.
Yeah, brilliant.
You know, I've never been a rapper before, but I've done that. And for me, like I'm saying, like taking action is important. And that's what you were doing. You were taking action as musicians. And yeah, I fully commend you on it. That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steve will be hooking up to you right now, by the way. Sorry, well, let's go Stephen, boys, then Daniel.
Yeah, it's a great message to the song, and yeah, video is very good as well. I thought gone to that. Again, the singing and playing is all very good as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Daniel?
Well, I love the song. It's the good vibe, and the video. I mean, the timing is, you know, so correct now with the world is suffering now, and I really love your video and everything, the whole thing, the concept.
Thank you. Actually, we've this video has been in film festivals worldwide, and we've actually had a lot of success with screenings around the world with it.
Yeah.
And it's been accepted on the by the Recording Academy. It's for the first round Grammys, this year's Grammys, which we're absolutely thrilled about. And yeah, so it's
yeah, we didn't get past the first.
Didn't get past the first round, but to be accepted,
we got into the first round.
And on the first round is huge for us. Yeah.
Absolutely. You've got noticed. You're great what you do. Well said, Daniel. So let's go Charlie, then Brass Monkey. Charlie?
Yeah, as someone who's born in Brisbane and used to live on the Gold Coast, it's always good to see the people in Australia making music. rather being in New South Wales and now in Old South Wales. But yeah, the track, cool track. It's not typically the stuff I listen to, but I did appreciate there's some nice guitar on there. So I don't know, was that you, Jeremy, who did the guitar on that track?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
nice
you.
guitars. Yeah. I rate them. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because you're in Wales, aren't you?
Yeah, I am now.
Yeah.
So you went from New
Christine's
South
well,
Wales.
and she's in Australia.
So I'm from Swansea. I was born in Swansea.
My mum was
and,
born in Swansea.
Australia.
Yeah, my mum was
Mr.
born in Swansea as well.
Mr. Greenbeard's from Cardiff. Mr. Greenbeard, Steve is from Cardiff as well. So small world, isn't it?
Yeah, I've only been in Melbourne once briefly. When I went back to Brisbane in 2018, there was sea fog, so we had to stay over in the airport for like a couple of hours to watch the fog go away. But it'd be good to visit one day. I got my passport, so I can. Dual nationality.
Well said, well said. Right, Brass Monkey, Mary.
I love the vocals, so melodic, but still with an edge to them. I love the rocky guitar progression behind that. The video is very professionally done.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, actually, the video was done we're with the record label, and they actually did the produced the video for us. Yeah.
It looked expensive.
Absolutely. Absolutely awesome. Mary, Tim Consley. Then our next guest, Mina. Mary?
Yeah, the track was really nice, really, I don't know, lots of things remind me, Roxette, really beautiful, and your voice, wonderful. I like the video, and I like the message that there's behind. And I admire those artists, artists in general, but those who are aware also, of the that they are like activists, so they can also express their opinions in their music, and so to talk about important values and to let others inspired also by your music, your message. This is really important. And I admire you for this message, and for the whole concept, really beautiful. And rocky, and I like the spirit, the mood of the song, really nice.
Oh, thank you for that. Very hard, isn't it, as songwriters? Sometimes you come up with all sorts of love songs and happy songs and whatever. So I suppose this was a bit of a different, expression of a song. Yeah.
Yes.
Good as songwriters to try different things, isn't it? And experiment with different types of songs, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely. Do you know something? The big guys in the world aren't going to fix it. The only people who can fix it are us little people. Honestly, the big people are never going to fix any of the problems in this world. So the more people that do things like what you do and what Steve does, it's absolutely amazing. Let's go Tim Consley, and then Mina, our next guest. Tim?
Yes, beautiful message in that song. I love the feel, the vibe of the music in. Beautiful vocals, great guitar work, dude.
Thank you.
Just great stuff. It was a beautiful song, very anthemic. I'll borrow a word from Mr. Greenbeard, very anthemic. So yeah, it was a great track, and great job.
Thank
Tim
you.
Tim will be supporting you for the rest of his life, as will other people in this family. Most supportive man on the planet, Tim Consley is. Mina, what's your thoughts here before we get to your section?
Well, I can only agree on everyone's opinion. I really like the message. I think it's really important. And what Sparky said as well, it's really up to us and to write songs about issues and stuff. I think it's really well done. I love your voice. I love the guitar parts. And I as Charlie said, it's not really the music I listen to a lot, but I really enjoyed it. Well done.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. You know, there's nothing better than sitting in someone's company as they introduce the reason why they write a song even if it's the opposite genre that you ever listen to, I think naturally you would still always like it. But that was a belter of a track, guys, and I can't wait to get you back. You better be back on here soon with another track. Studio, everyone. One love.
Thank you.
Until the next time. So
yeah.
Nice one, nice one. Coming up next from Switzerland, we have Mina. Could you introduce yourself? Who is Mina, and what's the story behind your song Don't Hold On?
Sure. So I'm Mina. I am originally from Switzerland. I moved to London when I completed my A-levels, and I studied at BIM Institute. I studied vocals and I studied music business. And I started gigging right away, literally, mainly like doing pub gigs on the live scene in London and around London. And I started writing original songs while I was at BIM, but I never really released anything. And then during the pandemic, I really just focused on writing originals. I didn't really, well, no one really could perform live, so that was my main focus. And I met really great producers in London, Nathan Britton, who's a very well-known composer in the jazz neo-soul world, and Brando Walker as well, who is a producer more in the genres of soul and funk. And yeah, we worked together for a couple of years now, and I've got like 10 songs already that I'm releasing one by one now. And that was the first, so Don't Hold On was the first song I ever wrote, and I actually wrote it a while ago. I wrote it on keys by myself, and it has changed quite a bit since then, because obviously I met Nathan Britton, who is an extremely talented keys player, and we switched up the chords and he put a lot of jazz in it. And yeah, so the song itself is about personal experiences, but also about a view on society and on, I feel like, how can I say this? A view on my generation's way on handling with relationships and kind of the fear of commitment, and that I've been witnessing, but also experiencing myself, and how it can really, well, damage the way we fall in love, and how we pursue love. So yeah, that's basically it. It's quite a short song, actually. I don't have a professional video done yet, but I hope you enjoy it anyway.
Oh, they're going to love it, Mina. You're awesome. And if this is your fun, let's get you back on to feature all your tracks. Mina with Don't Hold On, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy. One love.
Don't hold on, hold on. Don't hold on, hold on. Don't keep me waiting, just make up your mind. Don't hold on, hold on. Are you looking for a sister or friend? Or are you trying to find someone to hold your hand? Try to decide, 'cause you're driving me insane. Don't hold on too tight, 'cause you know I might be gone, be gone, be gone after tonight. So don't hold on too tight. Don't hold on, hold on.
Mean that, everybody. I love the video. It's brilliant. Honestly. I don't know what's happening with my camera. Is my camera dodgy to you guys? It was flickering there for me. Right, so
Yeah.
that was absolutely awesome. Our next guest coming up is Charlie, so you can go last, Charlie. Let's go Melissa and then Brass Monkey. Melissa?
I don't know if anyone is looking at the chat. I'm writing messages here and there. Okay, and yes, Mina, right? I love the song, and I actually thought that the video is good. You said I don't have a video yet. No, it's really relaxing as the music, the mood, plus your voice. It makes me feel like I need to hear more from that genre. I'm not really sure what it is, but I love that it is another woman. So yeah, I love it.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Brass Monkey and the riff master, Tim Consley. Brass Monkey.
It's so mellow and groovy, that song. I love the video as well, the atmosphere, the girl just turning the page creates. It's she reminded me of Jess from New Girl, is it? Just imagine her just like reading a book on a night with the starlit sky outside.
Cool, thank you so much. Wow, yeah, it was really improvised to like do this video because I just needed something and I just picked that. So
Absolutely. I love your voice as well.
Thank you.
Well said. Brass Monkey, what's your name actually, Brass Monkey? I don't want to keep calling you Brass Monkey. Oh, you're muted again. You're muted. Oh, somebody's muted you there. I just wanted to know Brass Monkey's name. I don't want to call you the Brass Monkey all day. That's all right. We'll come back to you. Tim, what's your thoughts there, brother?
Yeah, I love the song when I listened to it. I previewed it already the other day, and I love the song. And I'm quite surprised, and I used to get told the same thing, that your speaking voice and your singing voice is so different. Usually I hear somebody speaking, then when I hear them sing, I'm like, wow, but I already had the wow, and now I hear you speak, and I'm like, wow, that's a big voice coming out of there. I mean, your voice is just beautiful. I love the song. I love the vibe of it. I mean, there's nothing to say, but that was just awesome.
Thank you so much. And it is my voice, so I can promise you that.
Well said, well said.
I no doubt it was, but like I said, you know,
a surprise.
I see you, and it's like, you know, I see somebody younger, but that voice was extremely mature.
Thank you.
Well said. It's just like an artist we had on Tuesday show, a woman called Susie. She was like you know, like 40-year-old lady, and she sounds like she's a teenager. She had such a young, sweet voice. And Errol, I know you're eating now, but I saw you unmuted yourself. Errol, we'll go Daniel and then Errol, because Errol always want to say something to you. So Daniel, what's your thoughts here, dude?
I love the vibe of the song, and the lyrics was really connected and engaging, and the video I like it a lot as well. I thought it was really good storytelling, and you know, and yeah, good production overall.
Well said.
Thank you so much.
Errol Hondo, you want to say something there, brother?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I love you know, like I grew up on jazz and gospel, so you know, any type of jazz chorus, like I definitely am going to enjoy it. So you know, voice is great. Yeah, definitely seems like you've been listening to a lot of different influences, and you can hear it very pronouncedly. I mean, you know, there's actually a couple people that, you know, in the chat, like when they talk, they don't sound like how they sing. So it's kind of interesting to hear the dynamics like that.
Yeah,
for sure.
It's the most diverse show you'll ever have in your life. So it is, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let's go Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang then, Mary.
Yeah, really cool song. We really like those changes, the great chords, really funky bass line. That's right up our alley, actually. Really cool.
And I started singing along with your choir. It's very cool.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. The four of your faces there, you have all got equally as big a smile as each other. It's absolutely brilliant, honestly. Mary and then studio. Mary?
Mina, I'm your big fan. I love the genre you do. You make, I love the songs that you make. I must say there's a great production there. I love how they worked on your voice. Splendid, brilliant. And your voice is fantastic, soulful. It reminds me singers like Blue Six or Liza Shaw from UK. I don't know if you know these names. They are into soulful house and really beautiful. And I love your technique. There's so much technique there. Splendid, perfect. Phrasing, timing, wonderful. I'm your fan.
Thank you so much.
Me too, me too. Well said, well said. Studio then, Steve Andrews.
Very nice track and well done.
Yeah, really nice groove, nice sound, very smooth. And yeah, your lyrics, you know, it's always interesting, isn't it? When you write personal lyrics, you actually put yourself out there a bit, don't you? When you go down that track of relationships and whatever. So, you know, it's a big thing to get your to get those thoughts down into a song. So no, it's well done. Really liked it.
Well said, well said. Can I just say, studio's got studio's bit my backdrop. What a backdrop you have there. I'm trying to zoom in and read some of that stuff, but it just looks so attractive behind you there, so it does. But that's another story. Steve Andrews, then Stephen Boys. Steve Andrews.
Mina, two things stood out for me. First of all was your vocals, and as Major said, soulful. That was what I thought as well. Really soulful vocals you've got there. And then it was the production. The production was absolutely top quality. Fantastic work.
Thank you so much, Steve.
You're welcome.
Well said. Now, Stephen, then our next guest, Charlie. So, Stephen, boys, what's your thoughts there, dude?
Yeah, lots of good stuff in there. The singing was very good. I like the jazzy chords as well, and the production was very good. Your production your friends done on it, and yeah, very good track.
Thank you
New
so
fan
much.
as well. Well done. We're all new fans. Charlie, what's your thoughts there, dude?
Yeah, that's more my sort of style of music that I enjoy listening to. I love all the chords. Like, I'm a big neo soul fan myself. Like, I've always got D'Angelo playing in my car. Your singing harmonies are beautiful as well. I know people talk about the choirs and stuff, but yeah, I know obviously the way you've layered your voice. It reminded me a little bit of I don't know if you've heard of any Children of Zeus. I'm a big Children of Zeus fan, Mina. I've got a CD right here. But the way Tyler sort of sings on the track and the way the production's done on their stuff is sick. So yeah, great track.
Thank you so much.
Well said, well said. Mina, you're fantastic. And the invite goes out to all of you, in case I don't see it. Come and make this show your home and get all your tracks featured and reviewed. And the articles are just a bonus. Mina, everybody, until the next time. Mina from Switzerland. One love. So, coming up next from New South Wales, living in Old Wales, he'll introduce himself. Charlie Jai, the happiest looking man that I've seen in a long time. Charlie Jai, could you introduce yourself and tell us the story behind your song Spirit?
So I'm Charlie J. As you were saying, I've lived in a bunch of different places. I was born in Brisbane. I used to live in Tweed Heads for a bit, which is technically just across the border in New South Wales. I lived up north in Lancashire, and now I'm in South Wales, doing a lot more in Bristol these days, though. We're starting to do more. I'm a hip-hop neo-soul artist. Yeah, I love Kendrick, I love D'Angelo, and I'll keep it short and sweet. But yeah, just done a small tour in South Wales. And this track, Spirit's off my latest EP, A Moment Later. And Spirit was produced by a guy in Norway. And the track was inspired because my brother was suffering from depression with his old job. And he came back one of the days, like he got a new job. He could leave his job. It was the happiest I've seen him in ages, in years. I'm a triplet as well. That's a random fact about me. So yeah, it was just good to see him like that. And then Murari, who's featured on the track, he has a second verse. He's rapping about his nan and how his nan's spirit lives on through him. So I think it's a beautiful track to sort of bring to you guys today. So I hope you enjoy it.
Oh, I know they will. Charlie J with his fantastic track Spirit, featuring your friend Murari.
Yep.
Nice one. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Charlie J the Triplet. Didn't know that, bro.
Said I keep it in my said I keep it in my spirit. The day's young, so it's never really finished. Life goes on and the world keeps spinning. Take some losses, in the end we winning. Life gave me lemons, so I keep it in my spirit. The day's young, so it's never really finished. Life goes on and the world keeps spinning. Take some losses, in the end we winning. Life gave me lemons, so I keep it in my. When times are hardest, you would keep it in your spirit. So stressing my brother had leave when his job had finished. I saw a smile I ain't seen in some time. There's a spring inside his step, and on his feet it was light. And when the world will hold you down, there's a reason to fly. Cause the stress, it ain't forever, you'll find peace in your mind. It'd be alright, and if you're saying that it ain't, just know it ain't the end, and know it ain't your place in this world. You was young, well, same as me. Mama raised us with our spirit, keep our brain at ease. I was expressive with my words, you never made the speech. Is it pain relief, or just some space you need? But now it's past, it's like I got my brother back. I was happy for yourself, like you got another chance. Glad you changed your circumstance, I got you down the other minute. So keep your head up and just keep it in my spirit. The day's young, so it's never really finished. Life goes on and the world keeps spinning. Take some losses, in the end we winning. Life gave me lemons, so I keep it in my spirit. The day's young, so it's never really finished. Life goes on and the world keeps spinning. Take some losses, in the end we winning. Life gave me lemons, so I keep it in my.
Mizzy is the spirit and the spirit is I. Heavy is the head, so I never reside. I never rest, I never do lie. My spirit is the soul, I be pelican fly. In touch with the Trinity, I speak to the sky. We talked about my granny, I'm still wondering why she had to go when it wasn't her time. At least let me visit, let me say my goodbye. Cause she was the spirit, my dad felt the loss. Took him to his limit, brought tears to a boss. But the spirit ain't finished, cause I'm carrying the torch and I'm sharpening the sword. Guess I'm dying by the live by the sword, you gon' die by it. My nan taught me rules to this life, I abide by it. Game that she gave me, priceless, can't buy it. So tell me if you see the spirit high flying.
Keep it in my spirit, the day's young, so it's never really finished. Life goes on and the world keeps spinning. Take some losses, in the end we winning. Life gave me lemons, so I keep it in my spirit. The day's young, so it's never really finished. Life goes on and the world keeps spinning. Take some losses, in the end we winning. Life gave me lemons, so I keep it in my.
Charlie J. Fantastical, brother. Fantastic. Great track, great track. Well, we get Stephen Boys next, so you can have the last compliment. I'll work my way from down upwards now. We'll go Tim, then Brass Monkey. Tim Consley.
Yes, I loved the words to that song. I mean, it was positive. It was great. It was uplifting. I think you just can't have too many songs like that. That's what I listen for. So I thought it was great. Great job.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Brass Monkey, then Errol Hondo.
Great flow there. It's really, really catchy. Just gets you banging along with it. Love the images as well.
Yeah,
well
thank
said,
you.
Bro. Well said. Errol, and then Daniel.
Yeah, you definitely got some dope flows in there. For sure. I think a lot of like the content that you're talking about is definitely resonating. Honestly, for me, like being from America and stuff like that, it is a little like it's definitely much more commonplace now, but it is interesting to hear how much like hip hop has just transcended to the whole world. And like there's different perspectives and different people that it connects with in so many different ways, and allowing it to, you know, other people to be creative and basically just, you know, make it their own is such a beautiful thing to see, and definitely a beautiful thing to hear for sure. So, you know, keep going, man. I love it. I love where you're going.
Well said, Errol. Well said. Daniel, and then the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. TFFJG, I'm going to call you TFFJG. Daniel?
Yeah, I love the track. It's not what I usually listen to, rap and hip hop, and I wish I could sing, rap. And I would love to do Hamilton, for instance, but I can't work it out. So, but I love the lyrics, and it was really poignant and all the beats and everything. So, well done.
Well said, Dito that. The TFFJG, and then maybe.
Hello. Yeah, I really like your instrumental. It's got a really nice vibe. It's really groovy, and yeah, your flow is really nice. So it's really easy listening, but also some great lyrics. So really like it.
And
Great
cool
job.
video. It felt like samples, which is for hip hop, video samples. Yeah, nice stuff.
Well said. Are you identical triplets, Charlie? No.
Me and Tom are, so 2 of us are, and then the other one's
Wow.
not.
Oh, nice, man. That's so unique, Well, that's awesome. Mary, and then studio.
Yeah, while listening, I was moving because I like dancing hip hop. So I'm a fan of that. And beautiful voices, 2 different voices, really good combo. And I like the instrumental part that equalized, filtered. The guitar was so beautiful, so smooth, and really nice. And your voice is going high and low. I really like that. Yeah, the overall was then really great, really well done. I like it.
Well said, well said. Studio, then Mina.
Very nice groove there, mate. It's unusual to hear an Australian do some hip hop, but it's well done, well sung, good production. It's a nice job.
And positive, you can see
nice.
you're a positive person, and you can see that, or you can see it, but you can also hear it in your voice. You can hear it coming through. Yeah, enjoyed it.
You can just tell by looking at Charlie that he's been happy all his life, can't you, Charlie? You've had a good life, Charlie, haven't you?
I think what's the line 50 Cent had? Sunny days wouldn't be special if it wasn't for rain. I'm in a good place now, which is what I'm grateful for.
I feel you. You look happy, bro, and that's a very good trait to have, because positivity is even more contagious than negativity. So you keep smiling, brother. Mina, then Steve, then our next guest, Stephen. So Mina.
Yes, I love the vibe, love the beat, love your flow. And I don't really want to compare too much, but
yeah,
I'm a big fan of Mac Miller, and I love the the mix of soul, neo soul, rap, hip hop. That's really my thing. That I love to listen to, and I think kind of can hear that out of there, and it's very catchy, and I love the message, and well done. I really love it.
Thank you.
Being compared to Mac Miller as a hip hop artist, Charlie, that is the biggest compliment you could ever have. Mac Miller was a non-mainstream rapper, the best you'll ever see. He was Avicii's friend, and they've all been murdered because of the stuff they were trying to do to bring I don't want to talk about it, but they're trying to bring down corruption at the highest level, and Mac Miller's dead because of it. So is Avicii, and yeah, sorry for that bit of information there. Steve Andrews, and then our next guest, Stephen Boyes. Steve?
Charlie, as Sparky said earlier, I'm from Cardiff, and I'm wondering, like, what part of South Wales are you in?
I currently live in Porthcawl, but my brother's in Cardiff. A couple of those shots that we saw there, I don't know if you remember, there's a venue called Porters. I don't know if it existed when you were down here. But yeah, the shots of Mirari in that venue. And there's a bridge that goes near the Cathays train station.
Yeah, I know Cathays, yeah, sure.
Yeah, the little bridge that goes near Richmond Road. I don't know if you remember that. That's where part of that was shot. Yeah, I'm always in Richmond Road.
I used to live in Richmond Road.
Oh, nice. I'm always there. Yeah, my best mate's that way now.
Yeah, okay, Porthcawl, great, yeah. Okay, well, yeah, a little bit about me now. I'm also known as the Bard of Ely, and that's because it's Ely in Cardiff. I lived there a long time. I used to write for Big Issue Cymru, the magazine for homeless people. They called me the Bard of Ely. But enough about me. Your song, for one, people have been talking about your positivity. Your positivity just radiates. Fantastic. and your vocals great, the production was great. A really good job there.
Thank you.
Well said, Steve. Now, Stephen, boys, what's your thoughts, brother?
Yeah, it's very positive lyrics. You like the drum groove, the sort of lilt to it. Great, but then the sort of atmosphere of the whole track. Yeah,
thank you.
Good production.
Well said, dude. You aren't far away, Cornwall, and if you come down to Bristol, that's the next district up. So, one love to you, Charlie J, and hopefully you can come back on here as many times as you want and feature all your tracks, brother. Until the next time, I'm going to say it. Charlie J, one love, brother, one love. Respect. Now, I'm just going to stop the recording quickly here. And then I'll start it again. I'll just tell you, there's only 4 guests left. Stephen Boys, the Freaky Friday, Jailhouse Gang, Crashing the Void, and Errol Hondo. So we've got 4 songs left, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just going to start the recording again now. 1, 2. Hi, and welcome back to the 1010 podcast, episode 29. Coming up next from Cornwall, where I am, sunny Cornwall, Stephen Boys. Could you introduce yourself? Who is Stephen Boys as an artist? And what's the story behind your song, Now's the Time?
Hi, I'm Steve Boyce from not so sunny Cornwall at the minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played obviously I mean keyboards from a young age, and used to mess about a bit back when the days of cassette. We used to be able to record 4 tracks on a little cassette recorder. I was doing that in my bedroom for years, and I've been in a few bands as a keyboard player and a bassist, but they never really got gigs. Yeah, and then I got into sort of recording all the stuff you can do with computers and stuff. And yeah, but my style is kind of varies a bit. This track I picked out for you has got quite a lot of guitars in it. I'm more of a keyboard player, really.
Why did you write the song, Now's the Time? What's the story behind that, dude?
I don't know. I've got a couple of guitar songs that have sort of written on my wife's guitar, and it all sort of come around the theme of like either like music or being on stage. That's the kind of theme. But I suppose there's also the theme of like putting yourself out there. You know, now's the time. Just go and do it. You know,
just grab it. Just grab it. Now's the time.
Yeah.
Even Nike made their logo. Just do it. Like, hurry up. Don't wait to do things. Well said. Stephen Boys with his track, Now is the Time. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Sit back and enjoy. With lyrics, one love.
Sunrise lights up a new day. All the world's a stage in which we play. The script, the story's yours to write. So take your place in the limelight. Now's the time. Here's the place. The curtain will rise. Now's the time. Through the haze, scatters light on a new page. This chapter's only just begun, so make your story a good one. Now's the time. Here's the place. The page will turn.
Stephen Boys, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I'm saying your right name, Steve. Boys, absolutely fantastic. So we've got the Freaky Friday, I'm just going to say TFFJG gang next, right? So you can go to the last compliment. So let's start down the bottom. Charlie, what's your thoughts there? Charlie, then the Brass Monkey.
Yeah, it's a cool track. Whereabouts in Cornwall are you from as well? Because my best friend and my guitarist, she's from St Austell originally. So I don't know. I know Cornwall's a fairly big place, but yeah, no, nice cool track. Not typically what I listen to, but nice cool vibe. If that was on the radio in the car, I wouldn't switch it off. I'd keep listening. So yeah, good on you.
Yeah, just over the border, Saltash.
Oh, cool.
Just like outskirts of Plymouth, really, which is in Devon.
It still counts, so still Cornwall.
Charlie, I'm actually in Cornwall as well. Charlie, I'm in Wadebridge. I used to live in Newquay, so I'm in Cornwall with my partner KLJ Kirsty. Yeah, so Cornwall is the most beautiful place in England. We've got palm trees here. You know, there's palm trees in Cornwall, and nobody tells you about it until you get here. You're like,
I've got a palm tree in my garden in Wales.
You have?
I do.
Yeah. I didn't know that. Well done. Brass Monkey and Tim Consley.
Great track, man. That's an absolutely beautiful guitar, I've got to say. Well, is that Les Paul? But yeah, a lot of great music coming out of Wales, it seems. Again, I don't want to compare, like someone said before, but the melody reminds us of some of Pink Floyd in its mellowness, and the sustain you hit on that second rise when you're doing it higher, and sustain on the last note's incredible. Great production as well.
Well said, brother. Well said. So Tim and then Errol.
Yeah, I'm a child of the 60s. I'm telling my age now. But yeah, the song was definitely harkens to some vintage music, but it also was very much today modern blended in with it. I just absolutely loved it. I loved the sounds of it. I just thought it was a great song.
Well said, Riffmaster. Errol Hondo, Stephen's a man of few words, aren't you, Mr. Boys? That's the hey, you know what? That's the best way. Errol Hondo, then Daniel Lindquist. Errol?
Yeah, I definitely appreciate it's almost the creativity and the willingness to bend your voice in certain ways. Like you have this one moment where it's almost so pure, it's almost like a full sawtooth wave, like just straight up. And then there's the gravelness that you go into, and then there's the moments of just like the straight up punky, just kind of devil may carry. Like I appreciate all of those elements that you bring into this song. It's very introspective and very telling of your own influences. So yeah, I would just say, continue to try to, to continue that spirit for sure, because that's the stock of greatness for sure.
Well said, Errol. Well said. Daniel, then Mary. Daniel?
Yeah, it was really a cool track. I thought it was a lot of colors and the vibe of it, and it's makes me be creative, in my mind, and nostalgic as well. I think, I don't know, it's a lot of thoughts and emotions, but it was really cool track, good production.
Well said, well said. Mary, then studio.
Yeah, beautiful track, Stephen. I really like your voice. Reminds me singers that I love. Yeah, the way when you go high, and the whole arrangement and the flow of it, it's really beautiful, smooth. I really love it, and it's really pleasant. And now I have a question for you. I see that you have some keyboards there.
Yeah.
Do you use them for your production? I mean, do you also are you into more electronic music, or just the guitar? Your focus is there, or?
Yeah. Quite a lot of my stuff is more like pianos or synthesized stuff, and mix it up a bit. Yeah, I do sometimes use those keyboards. or sometimes do just use them to control sounds on the computer and that.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Mary's an EDM artist mainly, so that's why she's wondering, you know, it's like she loves the EDM. Studio, then Steve Andrews.
Well, I was interested in the video, and it was well done, the way that you use the guitars, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, and the lyrics, you know, the world's a stage. You know, you turn the page, and I think, yeah, you know, that's how you feel life is, isn't it? Putting that down in a song, and no, so I thought it was really, really well done. Really enjoyed it.
Well said, well said, Mr. Andrews. Then our next guest, TFF JG.
Well, what I wanted to say is that, like Brass Monkey, I was thinking Pink Floyd. And like more or less all the way through the song, I was thinking Pink Floyd. And because I was thinking Pink Floyd, I was thinking you've got a really big sound here. And because you've got a really big sound here, I could hear it on a festival stage somewhere. So, you know, for me, that song, it could be done by a band on a festival stage, and it has that Pink Floyd sound. And here we have some Pink Floyd. And, you know, you can't get really a better recommendation than that. Pink Floyd. Fantastic work.
Absolutely well said. Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang, what's your thoughts there on Stephen before we get to your section?
Great song, great song. There's a lot to agree with all the other people, not much left to say. We also thought of Pink Floyd, and in the video it even sometimes looks like a prison stuff, and so it's really, really interesting and cool song. Thanks a lot.
Well said, well said. So Stephen, boys, dude, until the next time. Stephen, boys, everyone. Can't wait to see what you've got coming next, bro. So coming up next is the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. Could you introduce yourself? Who are the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang, and what's the story behind your song Scare Bear?
Right, yeah, we are the Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. We are three brothers, actually, not triplets, but close, and our sister of choice.
Yeah.
On vocals, we kind of, to keep it short, started early childhood. No, we met, we were in neighboring schools, in school bands, and so that's how we met, and we've always made music. And I think it's been 10 years now. We play together, and we did mostly covers, rock, funk, blues, soul, everything we could play. And when Corona hit, we kind of had a lot of time to spare, so we started writing our own stuff. And we now just released our second album, where you can find the Scare Bear, the song you're about to hear and see. And it's kind of a concept album. So we started with The Funky Monkey, just a single we wrote, and we figured, let's go up a half step and do the same wordplay thing with an animal. And so we went up, got 12 songs, and it's now the Rise of the Animal Kingdom. So
it's absolutely fantastic. And all I've got to say to everyone is, beware of the Scare Bear, baby. Beware of the scare. Enjoy.
Beware of the Scare Bear, baby. Beware of the bear. Beware of the Scare Bear, baby. Beware of the bear. Beware of the Scare Bear, baby. Beware of the bear. Beware of the Scare Bear, baby. Beware of the bear. There's a guy we know, and it isn't a big secret. He's the most
Absolutely wonderful. Wonderful. I'm going to start off this time. I'm going to say, what excuse the camera. I don't know what's happening here. What wonderful, wonderful vocals you have, and what wonderful dancers the brothers are. I don't play any instruments, but see if you can get me one of them elastic band guitars. I think I could play one of them. I'm telling you, I could. So coming up next is Crashing the Void. So let's start with the two Stevens. Stephen Boys, Steve Andrews.
Oh yeah, it was. Oh, what's up in here? You've gone blank. Hello.
Can you go, Stephen?
Oh, am I on?
Yep, you're on.
Yeah, it's the vocals were great. I like the bit at the beginning with all the just harmonies, just a cappella bit as well. That was cool. But yeah, the arrangement of the song was very good. It looked very fun to make that video as well. Like we had a lot of fun making that.
I was sitting thinking the full time through that song, trying to think of a band's name that you remember me of. It's Walk of the Earth, and you'll know these guys, eh? They're absolutely the biggest unmainstream thing on the internet, and that's who you remind me of. Steve Andrews, then Mina.
Wow, I thought that song was so fun-filled, and I could see like you were enjoying it, and enjoyment is kind of contagious. So like we're going to enjoy it. And it was the most danceable song we've had on tonight, I think. And like I said earlier, I'm trying not to move about too much because I got my cat on my lap here. But I was still kind of jigging about here. Fantastic. And the video, loved the video. The video, there was so much going on, you know, that it's the kind of video you're going to watch again and watch again. Great stuff.
Thank you so much. Beware of the scare bear, Steve. Beware of the bear.
Yeah.
Betty's were like, what the hell are you talking about, Marky? About that. There you go. Mina, and then studio. Mina.
Thank you so much, guys. Really loved the song. So much fun. I'm sure you made everyone smile. It's such a great vibe. And as Steve said, it's the most danceable song we've heard, I would say. And I just want to say your voice is insane. Really, really good. Yeah, I'm blown away by it. Thanks.
Well said, Mina. Studio then, Mary.
Oh, well, you look like having so much fun with that. And I have to have a laugh because you were saying about lockdown, you were writing in Melbourne. We were the most lockdown city in the world. We had the longest lockdown. So like we were being creative, and you were saying you were making your way through the animal, the songs. Well, we've got kangaroos. So I'd really love to hear a kangaroo song, you know?
We need a rhyme.
Kangaroo song next. Definitely. Well said. Mary, then Daniel.
Leute, wie geht's euch? So endlich können wir ein bisschen Deutsch reden. Okay, I just said finally we can speak a little bit German. Yeah, nice to see people from Austria. I've met lots of talented people from Austria. Incredible. Yeah. About your song, what can I say? The drums, fantastic. I love it. Who's the drummer?
That's me.
Wow, I love it. Like, it was a kind of, I don't know, well, beautiful references in my mind. Be funky, rocky, beautiful, amazing. I love the arrangement, splendid. You had some chorus also, right? Backing vocals, and wow, beautiful structure of the song, and your voice is splendid. I don't want to compare. I want to stop comparing you guys with the. But yes,
Anastasia.
Well, yeah. Amazing, amazing. I love your performance, the way you entertain yourselves with your music, and wow, lots of good vibes. Splendid. I like you guys, really.
Thank you. Dankeschön.
Bitteschön.
I know some German as well. Ich heiße Mark. Ich komme aus Schottland. Wo wohnst du? I know German as well. A little bit.
Very good.
Easy.
I know that was sort of, I remember my first year of high school. Daniel, and then Charlie. Daniel.
I love this song. It was very fun and quirky, and I can see this song in a brand new musical. Definitely, and if you need a singer, I'm up for it.
Make it happen.
I love it. It's really, the whole the production and the video as well. It's very good production, yeah, and vocally it was amazing. Well done.
A big bundle of fun. That's what you are. He's a big bundle of happiness and fun, and yeah, absolutely. Charlie, then Brass Monkey.
Yeah, I think as the song went on, I got more and more into it until I got to that final like chorus, and like I was lucky enough to see George Clinton and Funkadelic Parliament this year, and like sort of that the be scared of the Care Bear in the background with sorry, with the voices and then the guitars going. I'm thinking back to that, and honestly, no one's mentioned it yet, but that live, like songs like that live, was just so good live. And I can, you can put in your different guitar solos and you're riffing on top, and yeah. So have you guys performed that track live before? Because if you haven't, you need to. It would be sick.
So that's why we made a video with this song. So.
We also make the audience dance like this. So
yeah, exactly. It needs to be done. It's good to see someone smiling as much as me as well. All four of you. So.
Thanks.
Well said, dude. Brass Monkey, then Tim, then Lamar, our next guest. Brass Monkey.
Absolutely fantastic track.
And Melissa.
That's got to be one of the funkiest bass lines I've ever heard in my life. But dance along to that one. That was absolutely incredible. Love the video as well, and it's a great idea. Just various ways of showing you guys just naturally enjoying your own song, just dancing along to it in the moment. And like's already been said, I agree. Enjoyment is contagious.
Well said. Well said. Let's go ladies first. Melissa, then Tim, and then Lamar. Then we're on the next section. Melissa.
Oh, thank you. I know the music is perfect, and I believe that this would be perfect to keep showing good music to children. I've been working with children for so many years, and this is not a children's song, but it's like one of those songs that you can take rock and put words, vocabulary for them to learn. This is perfect. I would use it.
I'm a primary school teacher, and and my people in class, and they made this choreography. Yeah, awesome. It works. Proof.
Absolutely. Tim, and then Lamar, our next guest. Tim?
Yeah, like everybody else said, the song was fun. The video was fun. Nice, quirky number. But for some reason, every time you all sing the chorus, I had this image running through my head of a bunch of demon-possessed Care Bears. And I just couldn't make that go away. Beware of the Scare Bears. Yeah. So, but I thought it was great. It was great.
Tim and I was singing it to each other during the week. Remember Tim? Beware of the Scare Bear, baby. I was singing it to my girlfriend Kirsty as well. And oh, it's so catchy. It's brilliant. Lamar, what's your thoughts before we get to your section, dude?
I first of all, the funk in that song is brilliant. I was sitting jamming out here. I mean, the drums, the guy on the drum. Well, I'm a drummer myself, and I'm a drum teacher as well. But the drum fills you had in there during the song, the guitar solo, the guitar as well, the way it was written and composed, it all fit perfectly together. And yeah, hats off to that. Well done.
Well said. Well said. So everyone love you. Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. Until the next time, we'd love you to make this place your home. Come back and show us all your tracks, and I'll have you all an article hand delivered within 24 hours. So Freaky Friday Jailhouse Gang. Till the next time. Thank you. So coming up second from last, we've got Lamar representing the band Crashing the Void. Could you introduce yourself? Who are Crashing the Void, and what's the story behind your song Deja Vu?
It's Blame Me When It Burns. Oh, Blame Me.
Deja Vu is my song.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
keep talking tonight. I'm so sorry. What's happened here?
That's okay. So Crashing the Void, it's actually mainly started my brother, the lead guitarist and vocalist. In lockdown, he phoned me. We said, well, hey man, I have this project. Would you be kind of keen to
play drums on it and write some music on it as well. And we sat in our parents' office while everything was closed. We couldn't go anywhere, and we stayed here for like 3-4 weeks. And we just sat and wrote music in my mom's office, and we were sitting writing everything. And I mean, the Blame Me When It Burns was kind of drawn from alternative rock, and kind of how it conveys frustration and chaos, which you'll actually hear in the main riff. And it's intertwined with an Arabic sounding like lead line, if that makes some sense. So you'll hear that all in the song, and how it changes to different parts in the song as well. So the message kind of is that we've all been manipulated kind of through mass media to hate each other and to create war and chaos in general. So it's you'll hear it's a bit more heavier riffs. You'll hear that frustration and that chaos. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it.
They'll love it. And I'm sorry for introducing the wrong song. I do have it right here. It's
No
called
stress.
Divide and Conquer, what you're talking about. That's their motto, brother. Crash in the Void, Blame Me. One love, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
I bet it feels just great, doesn't it? The wolves keep hurting their victims. Vain and pity makes you powerful. Wearing sheepskin makes you look so adorable.
Crashing the Void, ladies and gentlemen. Crashing the Void. Excuse my camera flicking in and out. We've got a bad signal here and it's hard for me to get everything through the one service here. So that was an amazing track. Honestly, absolutely brilliant. Let's start from Tim Consley, then Brass Monkey.
Yeah, I thought that was just a symphony of genres in there. I mean, you got some stuff that was a little on the vintage side. It sounded a little like Black Sabbath and that type of music. And then you got stuff that is way modern, way heavy, way metal, and just all the spectrum in between. I thought it was just an awesome track, and the imagery going on in the background, just really awesome effect. Good job. It was a great track.
Thank you.
Well said, well said. Brass Monkey, then Charlie.
Damn it, Tim, you said everything I was going to say. Yeah, no, that's such an incredible way to blend so many different genres and influences. Like emo rock, there was some Kasabian in there was some metal in there, and it seemed like every few bars you were listening to a different genre, but it was just melded seamlessly. And yeah, absolutely, I can't praise it enough. Absolutely incredible track. Thank you.
Well said, well said. Charlie, and then Daniel.
Yeah, I think everyone's pretty much hit the nail on the head so far. It's not the type of stuff I usually listen to, but for some reason, a lot of my mates do like that type of music. So I've been to a few gigs with that sort of sound. You said you're in South Africa, right? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
A lot of opportunities to perform in South Africa? A lot of chances to do gigs, or?
So kind of, we have like quite a community that kind of get together, and we try and organize through a lot of our friends. We're quite a tight community, so everybody knows pretty much everyone, and it's you're trying to form a community where you have this space where bands can actually perform. And previous years you'd never had that. People are not that kind to rock music and metal and so on, so we've kind of have this underground scene almost flowing together to create places where we can play in festivals, and since COVID a lot more has actually popped up where we're able to actually be doing this now.
Yeah, it's quite big, that sound here in Wales. They push it quite a lot, even more so than the genres that I make. So like I know like there's loads of places you can fly to, but if you ever end up in South Wales, lots of opportunities here for that type of music.
Okay, we'll keep that in mind. Thanks a lot, man.
Well said, Charlie. Well said. So Errol, you're next guest, so we'll leave you for the last couple. We'll go Daniel and then Stephen Boys.
Well, I like the track. It's really good. It's not my area at all, so I'm quite unknown area. But I thought it was really slick production and everything. All the instruments, blending together. It was. I should listen more to this kind of genre.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it.
There's as soon as someone becomes your friend, and see when you're in this room, I guarantee you'll have friends for life. Every time we have a show, we see new friends getting made, and it's a wonderful thing. And just because you typically think a genre is not your, see it every single time, every hour of the day, a different genre sounds good for me. Like in the morning, I would only listen to certain music. In the afternoon, I would only listen to certain music. At night time, so everyone loves rock and roll, don't they? Everyone. Let's go, Stephen, and then TFF Jay-Z.
That's some great riffs in there. And it sort of, I think the way it sort of goes off kilter and sort of changes the key in the middle, like, oh, up and there. Back again, and then
Yeah, Stephen.
That's heavy sound.
The Freaky Friday bunch, then Mary.
Yeah, I mean, I really liked it. Like a few people said, there were some influences and other bands you could think of, but for me, it didn't sound like we were trying to be anybody else. It was really complete in itself, and also really nice production. It sounds really polished and really there.
Thank you. Yeah, we do it kind of all ourselves. We don't send it to anyone else. We have done it in the past, and we've decided, you know, we know the kind of sound that we want to get out of it as well. So we'll rather produce it ourselves. My brother has a degree in music as well, so he composes most of it, and he's a sound engineering lecturer, so he knows exactly how to piece it all together. And if you kind of write that, you know exactly what kind of style you want. Send it to someone else, they might change it. So yeah, hats off to my brother as well for doing that.
That's great.
Well said, well said. Mary, then Steve Andrews.
Well, then you made a little masterpiece because the song is really good, fantastic.
Thank
I
you.
love how the voice is balanced in the old songs. So you know the instruments and your voice all together. Beautiful arrangement, and I was, when I was a teenager, I was a grunge little girl. So Nirvana, Soundgarden, lots of references.
Yeah.
Also great groups from the 90s. I hear old music, but also new music, you know, from the 90s. And your voice, fantastic. I love how your brother, you said, worked on your voice, beautiful effects.
It's actually my brother's voice, funny enough. I
Your
play the
brother's
drums.
voice, okay.
Yes.
Okay. So the compliment is in the family. No, I'm joking. Whoever, great job on the voice and the voice itself. I mean,
Thank you very much.
even with
Appreciate
effects,
it.
you recognize if the voice is really, you know, special, and it is fantastic.
Thank you.
I love it.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely awesome. You know, Kirsty's been chatting you guys up for a long time. I'm happy to have you here, Crashing the Void. Steve Andrews, studio, then our next and final but no means last guest, Errol. Steve, and then studio.
Right. Well, I'm coming in, you know, with what Charlie was saying about that music, you know, is kind of made for South Wales, and I agree completely. And I come from that background, and in Newport, in South Wales, Cardiff, I could even give you some venues. The Welsh Club, Clwb Ifor Bach, you know, if you played there, it would go down really well. The Moon Club, also in Cardiff, and in Newport, there used to be a place called the legendary TJs, and it was famous because Kurt Cobain actually went there one time. And most of the bands that played there were playing the kind of music that you're making. So it's like your music could have come from South Wales, and it would be really appreciated in South Wales. Amazing. And the other thing I wanted to say was that the subject matter of blaming, you know, of course, this is really big because, you know, everybody is trying to blame the government, blame whoever, you know, blame Bill Gates, blame the elite, blame, you know, it's all about blame, you know.
You can't blame all of them, by the way. Sorry.
The media is pushing all this blame. So yeah, I got what you were talking about there. So yeah, a great track all round. And if you ever get to South Wales, you know, see if you can get a gig at Clwb Ifor Bach, the Welsh Club.
I will. I'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Steve. Studio, then Errol.
Oh, yeah, well, that was really interesting, you know, and your video, first of all, you could just see, you know, your cover shot, and you thought, oh, you know, nothing much is going to happen here because it's mainly like a, you know, your cover shot. But as the song evolved, you know, your images flashing in the background, it was surprising how, you know, how much came through as the song developed. You know, I found it really interesting.
Thank you.
Yeah, look, I think, like everyone else said, it's great song and nice production, nice sound. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Well said, dude. Well said. Errol, what's your thoughts on Lamar and his band Crashing the Void before we get to your section?
And I think it was great. I think like you can hear the musicality in it. You can hear the intention, the content matches very much with like the environment that he's creating with this. It's really, really, really well done, really well polished. I really was enjoying it and bobbing my head the whole time.
Well said. Well said. So Lamar, Crashing the Void, till the next time. Crashing the Void, everyone.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone.
Bring all yous the next time. So coming up, final act of the evening, Errol Hondo from New York. Errol, could you introduce yourself? Who is Errol Hondo, and what's the story behind your song, Deja Vu?
Got you. Well, Earl Hondo is from Pennsylvania and Georgia. Right now, I'm getting my master's at NYU, so I'm up in New York right now. Basically, been singing in the church since like 3, been rapping since 15, been producing since 16, and here we are now. I kind of feel bad because like everybody else was like, they have all these like really good lyrical, like impactful, like universally sound songs, and my song just about a fine ass woman. Like, to be honest with you, it's just just a pretty girl that I want to talk about, and but just trying not to fall too hard. The usual things of love, and just falling in love but not trying to fall in love, and the issues with that. So that's really all the Deja Vu is about. It's the last song from my EP from 2020, 2021, something like that. It was in my basement, well, my mama's basement, really. COVID had going around, and usually I'm like, I'm more so pushed to like hip hop and rapping nowadays, but every now and then you got to make something that your mama can bump. So that was the whole EP.
Errol Hondo with your song Deja Vu. Don't put your skills down. You're absolutely fantastic artist, by the way. Errol Hondo with Deja Vu. Enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. One love.
Brown skin and brown eyes, soft lips. What do I recall this? So yeah, did I see you in a past life, or a dream? See, my soul's got a need to be whole, and it feels like something I've been needing, but I've been here before. Just 'cause it's new to you, don't mean it ain't you. Where have I seen this before? Where have I felt this before? Call me crazy, but I know when I seen deja vu. Where have I seen this before? Where have I felt this before? Call me crazy, but I know when I seen deja vu. Stop trying to make it look easy. Oh, it ain't easy. Yeah. If it were easy to love, no one be crucified, and I have no savior to lie to. Said I won't do it again. Said I won't do it again. Why do we love just to get a heart broken? I'm lonely in the end. Where have I seen this before? Where have I felt this before? Call me crazy, but I know when I seen deja vu. Where have I seen this before? Where have I felt this before? Call me crazy, but I know when I see deja vu. Baby, it feels like rain in the summer. It feels like leaves in the fall, moonlight in the winter, sure as the spring. Got me here when you call. Baby, it feels like rain in the pleasure. It feels like I'll never solve. Oh, I'm there when you call. Where have I seen this before? Where have I felt this before? Call me crazy, but I don't know when I see deja vu. Where have I seen this before? Where have I felt this before? Call me crazy, but I don't know when I see deja vu.
Errol Hondo, everybody. Excuse my camera again. I'm sorry about that. Absolutely wonderful track. Let's start with Charlie J. Charlie and then Daniel. Charlie, what's your thoughts here, brother?
Respectfully to everyone else tonight, that's my favorite track. Like, that was beautiful, man. I think you did you produce that as well?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
bro. Like that's like exactly the type of stuff I'll listen to. But I love that. Your vocals are beautiful. It's the vibes. Like I got a little bit like hitting Frank Ocean in there as well. Like I love Frank Ocean. Like that's like that stuff is just beautiful, man. Honestly, like that's sick. So honestly, props to you. I'm actually interested to hear you rapping now as well, because I know you said that you do some rapping as well. Because if you're singing like that, like mate, just that's sick, bro. That's sick. Honestly, like in Wales, we are missing a lot of good, especially like male R&B singers. So I just feel like I almost yearn for that sometimes. Like I need that sort of niche. Like, you know, a lot of my favorite artists are like male R&B singers. You know, I listen to a lot of Marvin Gaye and stuff, even from like the 70s and then moving forward. Like, you know, newer guys like Brent and all that. But yeah, man, that's beautiful. That's sick. Just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing it. Keep doing it.
Well said. The two of you are in the same kind of genre tonight that you two lads. I know you would like each other. Daniel and then Stephen, boys. Daniel?
Yeah, I love the track. It was really honest, and the lyrics, and I like the whole production. And I can see that my fiance loved it a lot. So, yeah, it was really good. It's not my genre, so but it's I can hear it's really it's you that, you know. And as an artist, you have to find yourself, your identity, and I feel that you find it in this song, and yeah, in the future as well. So yeah,
well
good,
said,
well done.
Stephen and then TFF JG.
Yeah, it's a great track. It's really the production looks really great, and it was just so smooth. Really good vocal on it. It's just if someone would put that on and said it was an old soul record, I go, oh yeah.
Awesome, eh? Well said, Stephen. Well said.
I definitely try as best as I can to, you know, like my dad and my brother. Like my dad is probably where we get a lot of our singing from. My mom, I'd say, like I get my bad notes from my mom. No offense to my mom, she's a beautiful woman. She's an amazing person. But yeah, so I try to, every time that I sing, I'm like, all right, I got to do better than what I think my dad could do, or what I think my brother could do, or something like that, or, you know. And then after a while, I got to a point of it's like, you know, like, all right, I got to figure out my own sound, figure out what I can do, you know, what my capabilities are. And that last song, I love how it came out, just in the idea that it was actually the last song that I made on that track, and I feel like it was probably the best representation of where I'm taking my music now. You know, it was like 2 years ago, and then now, you know, a lot more music is going to be coming out in 2023. So stay tuned for sure.
Well said. Can't wait to see what's next, brother. You're absolutely fantastic. So the Jailhouse Gang, and then Steve Andrews.
Yeah, oh man, dude, your voice is amazing. It's really nice, really great to listen to, and I also love the feel of the whole song. The drum groove is great.
That's high praise from y'all. You know?
Yeah, if that's the direction you're focusing on right now, then it's perfect. Keep it up. It's really nice. Really
Also the choir part and the whole song, it's amazing. Great job.
Well said, well said. Steve Andrews and then Mina.
Earl, I'm not surprised, you know, with what Charlie was saying, because, your vocals were absolutely like just perfect, and the production was perfect, and Charlie mentioned Marvin Gaye, and like I'm a Marvin Gaye fan, and I could hear that kind of that tone in there. It's just so good, and just as I just said, just such a great work there. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Well said, Steve. Mina, then studio.
Incredible song, incredible. And as I said before, I don't like comparing, but I'm gonna have to agree with Charlie that I hear Frank Ocean in there, and obviously he's insanely talented, and so are you. And I really love the song, and I'm actually already following you on Instagram, so I'm gonna.
I saw the follow. I was like,
I want to hear more.
Hey,
Sure.
okay.
Awesome. Well said. Well said. Frank Ocean, "Swim Good," one of the best songs ever, eh?
Oh, for sure. He's definitely an inspiration. Absolutely. You know, a lot of his stuff that he does. You know, I think every artist at some point, especially if you're a vocalist, like you model certain things after certain people, and that was probably like him, Music Soul Child, and like, you know, that people of that sort, like that was the one, like, oh, if he can sing like that, I can do something, you know. So, you know.
Keep being you, Errol. Keep being you. Studio, Mary, Brass Monkey, and then Tim, and then that's the show over. Mary, studio, then Mary. Sorry.
Okay, look, it was a great song, but I think the thing that really stood out was your voice, and I'd like to hear you sing more R&B stuff, more vocally focused stuff, because I think there's a great voice there that's going to come out one day.
Oh yeah, and you know, interesting how you say that you're changing, you know, genres slightly. Well, you know, and that's, I think, as songwriters, you have to experiment, try different things, and see where it takes you. And it's all part of your personal development, isn't it?
Exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. I don't think it's going away. It's not going anywhere. It's just you know, it's just evolving. I think a lot of the stuff that you listen to after a while, you know, you feel like, I feel like I'm the type of person when I create a project, I want to create a project as complete as I can, and then, you know, because I put in all that effort, it's like, all right, well, I got to do something different the next time. So yeah, the singing's gonna be there. It's always gonna be there. It's just you know, I feel like I've been blessed with a lot of different talents, and I gotta, you know, it'd be wrong to not honor, you know, person who blessed me with them, to not utilize all of them, you know.
Well said. You're also still a young pup. You're in your 20s, aren't you, Errol?
I'm about to turn 26 and maybe.
Well, you're just a baby, bro, compared to most musicians. Hey, double your age, people are still learning. So keep being you, Errol. Mary, Brass Monkey, and Mr. Consley.
Yeah, I have to control myself. One day Sparky will kick me out because I do lots of compliments and I talk too much. I'm in love. I'm in love because you remind me an artist, Miguel, maybe you know him, and many others, and they make that kind of soulful, sensual R&B, and there's so much magic there. What can I say? You don't sing, you pray. When I say pray, I mean, I have no religions in my life, but you know what I mean when I say that. I mean, you really pray, you sing, and beautiful, beautiful melody, and a beautiful flow that you create with your voice, and also a great production with beautiful effects on your voice. I mean, the instrumental part was really complementing your voice. It was supporting your voice, and wow, well, let me know about your album or something, because I'm really in love with this. I love many genres, but for R&B, I have really a big heart. I don't make R&B, but my next life or maybe, yeah, let's see. But
Thank you.
congrats.
Mary, Errol Hondo. There's only one Errol Hondo and Mary. You can find each other easily without me supplying you with it all tomorrow. But I'll make sure you'll never ever be on a show and not easily find who was on the show with you the next day. So well said, Mary. A lot of people will in love with you, Errol, when they hear your voice. Brass Monkey, then Tim Consley, the riff master. Brass.
Yeah, such a soulful voice. I love the way the melody overlaid the consistent beat, because it wasn't just a beat there. There was I'm all about the notes as well. So absolutely fantastic track, man. Really good production. I'm sure that'll do incredibly well.
Thank you. Trying to. My biggest thing, it's so crazy. Like, I went to school for like business, and I always tell people that I'm the worst marketer when it comes to myself. We're getting better. We're getting much better.
Talk about yourself even when you're applying for a job.
Say again?
It's hard to brag about yourself or big yourself up even when you're going for a job. It's
yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, yeah, like, oh, what can you do?
What you really need,
like, what I'm saying?
You need other people singing your praises. See people saying, everybody come and look at my music. People just say no. See other people saying, hey, check it, my friends' music.
See, that's the
do
biggest
it to each other. All of you, everybody. That's the mentality we're trying to install in this family. Errol Hondo, you better be back on this show. Well said, Brass Monkey. Tim Consley, the final compliment of the evening, and I'm going to end the show a very special way tonight. Tim Consley, what's your thoughts, brother?
The word for that track was smooth. I mean, there is no better way to put it than smooth. Your voice was smooth. The song was smooth. I heard shades of Stevie Wonder in your voice. And I just thought it was great. It was an awesome song, awesome performance by you. And I want to give you a little piece of advice, if I may, since I am I've got a few years on you. You talking about comparing yourself to the way your father would do it, your older brother, this and that. I grew up in a musical family. I have 3 brothers that are all 10, 12, and 14 years older than I am. They already had their own band when I was born. So I grew up in a musical household, but it was tough forging my own way because of comparison. People would find out, oh, you sing, you play guitar. Yeah. And no doubt my dad or my mom would be, oh, well, you should hear our oldest son. He can really sing and he can really play. And I grew up in the shadow of that for years. And I'm like, where's my merit for what I do? Sure, I don't do exactly what he does. I do something different.
Right.
But it's like, it took me years to break out of that and just say, I am who I am. This is who I am. This is what I am. And I'm going to be the best me I could possibly be.
Exactly.
And I say that just to encourage you. Yeah. Don't feel like you have to compare yourself to someone else. You be the best version of you that you can possibly be. And dude, at 26, you're already a big step of the way there.
Absolutely.
So I just want to encourage you with that.
Well said, Tim. Absolutely, Errol. You always look up to your inspirations, or as Tim says, your bigger brothers or your parents. You're just as talented as they are, but keep having your influences. But yeah, you're a humble guy. You can tell that you're a little bit shy. You don't say, look at me, everyone. Errol Hondo's, you need to find Errol Hondo. I'm glad you're here, bro. And get yourself back on here. I'm going to make a rappers event in the next few weeks and get rappers in. We don't like anyone swearing in the 1010, but I'm going to make rap shows and everyone can come out with their bad words and stuff like that. Just if you do have any. Most rappers do, but not all rappers.
Yeah, I do.
I'd like to thank you, Errol. Until the next time, for being a wonderful guest. Errol Hondo, everybody. Thank you
Thank
very
so
much.
Thank you for the invite. For sure.
And I'm going to end the show a very, very special way. If you've got any faith in the Lord above, you're absolutely going to love this track. That's only been 9 guests, so I'm going to finish this show with my friend Jai Maddox, Marcus Jones, and his song Our Father. And yes, he says every single word of our Lord's Prayer inside it. So if you want to leave during the track, it's fine. If not, I'll just give you all a wave after the track and we'll end it instantly. But final song of the evening, Jai Maddox, Our Father. If you don't know this song, just listen. Love yous all.
Bark all day, little doggy, or are you gonna bite?
Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Things about to change. Thank you for the daily bread. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the joy, cause it took away the pain. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Things about to change. Thank you for the daily bread. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the joy, cause it took away the pain. All the pain just left. I ain't had to jump off the porch. I just walked down the steps, deep breath. Quiet on the side, hear demons keep yelling cause my foot on their neck, they want rest. Well, I want peace, all I see in these streets is people marked by the beast, set them free. Like, really set them free, take the chains off their hands and the chains off their feet, devil flee. You gon' need ears when I speak, spoke to a blind last week, he said he saw what I see, oh that's deep. See, I play for keeps, if I preach, I'ma teach, don't bring sand to the beach, I got keys. So I walk through the door, I bring friends in with me, then I'm back out for more, this is war. So who are you with? Are you with the creator or the created? Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Things about to change. Thank you for the daily bread. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the joy, cause it took away the pain. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Things about to change. Thank you for the daily bread. Thank you for the rain. Thank you for the joy, cause it took away the scripture in my verses. All my verses come from scripture. I don't quote them like I wrote them. I say it how I remember. I'm just saying I'm in the word and the word is in me. I went to my father to learn about them birds and those bees. Impregnated the virgin in me. Made a better version of me. Now I bear gifts, Holy Spirit working in me. That went right over your heads. Hair flips when the Lord order your steps like he do me. You won't dare, should've got a coat of colors, but my brothers don't want me to wear it. If the Lord give me a dream for the team, I'm gonna share it. Just expose the whole religion, and y'all naked and embarrassed. Not a sellout, but if they'll sell me out, I'm just gonna bear it. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Things about to change. Thank you for the daily bread, thank you for the rain. Thank you for the joy, cause it took away the pain. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Things about to change. Thank you for the daily bread, thank you for the rain. Thank you for the joy, cause it took away the pain. See, one day when Jesus was praying, after he was finished, his disciples came up to him.
Everybody
One
now.
of them said, Lord, teach us how to pray. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
Jai Maddox and Our Father. The recording stopped halfway through that song, so I was trying to surprise him. But ladies and gentlemen, what a wonderful show this has been. I'm still live on Facebook at the moment, YouTube rather, so I'm going to do my sign off on YouTube, which I want to try and do from now on. I want to go into YouTube and I want to, the now spotlight for everyone, I want to thank Bigfoot Developments, one of my sponsors, and also Craig Garrett Art for being my sponsor. And this is the 1010 podcast, and I am Spark.